had an agency and we were running services and we were basically working for anybody that would give us business.
Yeah. So from like, you guys have since obviously built like an agency specifically for home services. So like, you want to walk us through that journey a little bit?
Yeah. So prior to our introduction, I had an agency and we were running services and we were basically working for anybody that would give us business.
Yeah.
Just like, well,
it's like, it's when you start.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. Like we talk about this a bunch on the show of like, we have shut down so many verticals because the bigger you get, the tighter you have to focus, and the tighter you focus, the bigger you get, because you're doing less and less, but then you become these like experts. So like we're like an expert at residential service plumbing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how to do new construction.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And it's still like, it's still plumbing, you know?
Yeah.
So,
still wildly different.
Yeah. So it's like sounds like same thing.
Yeah. Same thing. Like we knew Google ads, and we knew SEO, and we knew, your basics of marketing and websites and getting conversions. But I think the problem that we were running into is probably a similar problem that other home services companies run into is like, we weren't an expert in any industry.
Yeah.
And so we would come in this SaaS campaign. We're like, well, yeah, we can run Google ads, and we would do it, and we get good results. Mm-hmm. But it was nothing like that was like blowing them out of the water. Mm-hmm. And so when we met, I remember coming to you and going, let me be the agency of record. Mm-hmm. Like any client that you, or any other business you buy, let me be a part of it. I'll do the market research beforehand. I'll get you good information about like, hey, do we think that this has like, can we throw just ad dollars by it and grow it by 2x? I will let you have a say on how things we're doing, just because, you have a great mind, You're super smart, and I like saw that as an opportunity, and I wanted that kind of like coming into your business, and we created systems because we partnered with you. Like we were leads focused, and we wanted to help you, just like, how do we get you, 600 leads a week, how do we keep pushing that number up? Yeah. And now every single time you buy a business, we can just copy and paste the same things. Yeah. And so at some point in that process, I was like, I want to just take this to the market. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to go out and find other home service, other plumbing, HVAC companies, right? You're in Akron. Mm-hmm. And so like, there's no problem with me going out. And I think that you sniffed that out. I think you caught on that I was like going to do that. Yeah. And I think that's when you kind of came to me as like, hey, like, I kind of like this.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I want to help. Like, I think we've done a few of these now where, hey, this is someone, it's a vendor in our space. If I get to have a say in how this gets built, then, or if I like can contribute, or if I can like any way that I can participate so that I can help design it in my best interest, then we tend to do it. Yeah. But we've done a few of these where, like we have a partner named Fairday. Mm-hmm. And it's run by CEO is a friend of mine, Alex Coleman. He has a business that he basically makes your Service Titan data more usable.
Yeah.
Which that's like a big deal. That's like there's a lot going on there. So we have 100,000 customer files, and he makes it like a more usable program. And as early as we could, like we invested in what he was doing, so that way we could like help him, like basically just like give him advice when he has questions. Yeah. And then really the same thing that you're here too, he did site visits so he could understand, okay, what's actually going on inside a home service company. That was the thing that was so annoying about Scorpion. They niched, but they didn't seem to understand like what was happening on the ground. And like, hey, my schedule is empty today. I need to up my budget, or I need to make this change, or I need to do this adjustment. And I'm in desperation mode because my schedule is empty today. Yeah. And it would take them 30 to 45 days to make that change. That's like a core, like they don't understand the pain inside a home service company. Right. But yeah, it is fun to like help people like, hey, here's the real pain points, and like, how can you help me solve them? Yeah. Which is what I hope I brought to you.
I mean, every day when we're talking about marketing, I mean, even just as simple as like I sent you the dashboard the other day, and you're like, yeah, like leads should be way higher than the second report. Like it should be the number one thing that we're reporting on a daily basis. And that's why those things change, and why I think this works.
Yeah. Who are you helping now? What's a normal customer look like?
Lots of different. Can I name people on the podcast? We worked with all different types of plumbing companies, from like one-time plumbers to
or one time's a franchise.
Yep. We've worked with HVAC companies. We've worked with plumbers. We have a roofer that we're working with. We've worked with sign companies, just like big sign services. A lot of restoration companies come to us.
Oh, interesting.
And that works out really well. We take what we've done with cut and dry and we just copy and paste it, like, okay, let's start here and then let's work away from that.
But restoration is still like, so much of it's a referral business, and like, because really restoration is B2B.
Yeah.
At least the way I think about it, it's a B2B business where, like, if I have a foot of water in my basement, or if I have a water loss, like, my first call is going to be a plumber, or my first call is going to be my insurance agent.
Yeah.
So restoration is like this weird home service where, like, yes, we are working in your home and you are the customer, but like, you are probably not where we got the lead from. Like, you didn't call us direct, you called your insurance agent or you called your plumber. So a lot of restoration leads come from non-digital sources. Yeah. So it has been really interesting as we've driven success through digital marketing and restoration, which I think is unusual. I don't really know that we've been in it for 3 years, but like, I'm not as dialed in on that industry as I am plumbing.